now.
We got something going on that we ain't gonna stop.
And the thing is that what did it say? No, it's not designed to stop. This is the catalyst. This is the spark. The spark that lit the fire was already done years ago. But the thing is that it says clearly, forsake not. The thing is, do you realize, I'll be honest with you, last week, I got attacked last week. And you know what it said? Give up. Give up. Nobody cares. Nobody listens. This is what I heard. I should be honest with you. This is what I hear. I hear these things about telling me just quit, just walk away because your church is not growing. Let them go to church somewhere else. And I'm sitting there and I'm getting attacked, Lance, over and over in the back of my mind. Give up, walk away, just forget everything. I know none of y'all have ever thought about that. And then all of a sudden I hear this little voice and it says, who am I accountable to? Whoa. And he says, I never called you to be popular. Popularity in a big church is about ego. I'm called, Zeke, to be faithful. So, Sundays, guess where I'm at? I'm at church. Why? Do I want to be here doing this? Heck no. The rut is on. And if the rut ain't on, the fishing is hot right now. Where does Monty want to be? Exactly. I don't want to be here. But yes, I do. Why? Because I believe in this. I believe in this so much that everything I try to do. And so like last week, and I'm like, God, I don't understand. I've done this. But look where you're sending at now. I was like, oh. He says, if you want my blessing, this has got to go. And it wasn't a big sin, but apparently it was. Emily, apparently it was enough that God seen it. So God says, man, I open door. I'm getting ready to bless you. And you go right back in the water. And he kind of goes. That's what I hear. That's what I feel. God goes. So what do I got to do? I got to fast these things. The things that would give me pleasure, I have to let them go. The things that I would find my release in. Because why? God has already shown me what's getting ready to happen. These things are all laid down. And still, we are living as if we're going to get a bailout. That God's going to say, oh, it's okay. No, it ain't going to happen. It's not been prophesied like that. But he says, call a solemn assembly. A solemn assembly is to get here and not to be all happy. And, this means to be freaking serious. At some point in this life, we're going to have to get serious and make the decision. Choose you this day whom you're going to serve. That's all you got to do. But why do we not want to serve God? Why are we not interested in this thing? Because it requires us to be servants.
But to serve God is to suffer too.
There you go. We don't want to suffer. We don't want to do without the things that we want.
Suffer anyway.
So, there's a call of solemn assembly. We've talked about this already, and it blows my mind. And he says, gather the elders. Now, Billy, you wouldn't think that a nation that was in that much of turmoil would have to start gathering up the elders. Did you know that in the old days, they would hear, y'all really know why churches had church bells? Because
to let the farmers know.
Huh?
To let the farmers know.
Know what?
Dangerous.
To come to church.
The thing is, you got to understand, wasn't so much to come to church as it was a signal that everybody is needed there.
Yeah.
Yes. And so the thing is, and it occurred really during the Civil War and all that. The thing is, you was right. It's telling you to come to church because church was the center of the community. Back then, God was the center of the community. If you want to know where society has gone wrong, but we can't really look at society when God is not the center of our own homes. God is not the center of our own lives. The thing is that if you say this bull crap, well, I can get church just sitting at home watching it on TV. No, you can't. It says, forsake not the watching of the TV. Did it say that?
No.
Forsake not the coffee bars. Forsake not the assembling together. It says, call them together in God's house. You tell somebody church is not important, that you can go church somewhere else, that you can have church. Do you realize that you are adding to the number of people who are going to be misled? And if you don't go, you do these things, guess what? The Bible clearly talks about this. It says, there was an argument going on, Lance, about whether you should eat the meat that was offered to idols. God said, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Idols ain't real. And it just happens to be a good old thick ribeye. Heck yeah, let me have it. Matter of fact, it's cheap. Because the Jews, good old people, wouldn't touch it. Oh, they wouldn't touch it. He says, yeah, I'll buy it. I'll cook it. I don't have a problem with it. Because I don't care. I don't give a crap who it's offered up to, David. He didn't care. But he said, all things are lawful, but not all things are beneficial. And then he goes on to say this, Lance. He says, I don't have a problem with it. But if it causes you cause somebody else by your liberty to stumble, you are guilty of leading them astray. So, one of the things is that bears down on me. What if I am not doing my job as teacher, pastor of this church and impacting somebody downstream that is ready because I gave up, or I didn't want to do these things today, or I want to shut down because of this or shut down because of that? I have taught them. And what if it's me? What if Billy Graham, Sunday school teacher, decided she didn't want to teach Sunday school no more? Do you know what one of Amber's dreams for this church is? It's a simple dream. It is a simple dream. Amber's dream. She tells me every week. And you know what it is? She wants 2 Sunday school classes. Why do we not have 2 Sunday school classes? Because we don't have 2 people that is dedicated to being here and that will take this burden upon themselves. That's the truth. We don't have it. But I'm not going to sit here and wait. I'm going to be found busy. I am not responsible. I am for the overall vision. But God is not going to say, well, Monty, why didn't you teach Sunday school class? I'm going to be found, David, doing my job. When he walks, if something just happens, I'm going to be found here. Why? I would hope that maybe if God came back, Jesus come back on a Sunday and he just happened to come here today, I would be happy, Lance. Because for the small time of my week, I'm actually doing the right thing. Rest of the week, I'm going to probably say, hey, God, can we pause this? Coming back a second. Let me get to church real fast so I can be found doing my job. So, he has to gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the house of the Lord and cry unto the Lord. So in other words, he says, get your butts to church and start being serious and start really making a noise. Now understand, they had asked God. Somebody had asked God what to do because God gave them the answer. Apparently. We've all asked, and the thing is, I'll tell you guys, I don't really give a crap of your opinion or, well, they're doing this. I don't care. Give me something I can do. There's nothing more frustrating than for me to have something that I can't do nothing about. If I can't do nothing about something, guess what I'm not going to do? Billy, can I do anything in the world about not having enough money to retire on? Yes, I can.
Oh, yeah.
What can I do?
Work, earn it.
Huh?
Work and earn it.
Work and earn it. If I sit around, oh, I ain't got enough retirement money, my retirement ain't enough, then guess what? I'm going to work. I'm going to work. I'm getting off my butt. Someone said the other day, well, how you enjoying retirement? I said, I don't know, I ain't seen it yet. I'm working. And I'm not just working. I could go to work for someone. I could go to work tomorrow at Home Depot making $4 an hour if I wanted to, Lance. That ain't my vision. I want to make money. If I got to work, I might as well make money. Then where can I make money at? Maybe it's time that I broke the chains. Because we've all been in chains. Chained to this idea that if you'll do this, 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 and this is how you're going to be treated. No. And I dang sure do not depend upon the government to take care of me and my family. Ain't going to happen. You know what Amber and I have been doing for the last 2 weeks? Stocking up. Stocking up. Learning how to cook at home. So guess what I'm doing? I am preparing, Billy. Right now, I've got chicken, a whole chicken that I bought last week that I cut up myself, and I've got it in a brine, soaking. And I'm gonna fry that son of a gun here in a few minutes. I also cut my potatoes up. It's been proven that if you want crispy potatoes, when you fry them, what you do, not only do you fry them in lard, which changes everything, because they told you lard makes you a lard butt. Well, the problem is, prior to us using vegetable oil, we was healthy. They ate lard forever, didn't they, Billy?
Yeah.
But all of a sudden now we have vegetable oil and people start dying. Imagine that. What the? You won't be a lard egg. Come on. My mama ate it, my grandma ate it, and she could outwork us. Maybe it's our diet. We're feeding this thing all wrong. But it's proven as well that potatoes have a starch around them. And if you'll take potatoes and cut them up and put them in a little salt water and let them soak for a little bit, do you realize that it breaks that seal around them? And when you deep fry them or fry them, they come up crispier. Because see, I personally am a proponent of crispy, almost burnt fried potatoes. If fried potatoes are not burnt, and if you do not have enough pepper on it that you see the pepper, it is a sin in my book. But why did we make this decision? Because the chicken was $9. The chicken was $9, $1 something a pound. I will be able to feed my whole entire family for less than $20 today.
Heck yeah.
It is time that we have to start learning how to eat. I've got kids and grandkids that needs food. I am not going to sit here and gripe and complain. I am going to be active. But I'm not just going to be active, I'm going to be proactive. So again, if I want to get my life in order, if I want to do these things, I am going to start living a closer walk. But isn't it funny that I told you guys 3, 4, 5 weeks ago that this will be life-changing? 3 to 4 or 5 weeks ago, I hadn't thought about quitting. I hadn't been attacked like that. Now all of a sudden I'm at this point. So he says, call a holy fast. And I've got a video that will back all this up. This word right here is tsum. T-S-U-U-M or something like that. I got a video that proves all this crap. All right. This letter right here has been a letter that has just totally messed with my mind. Because I live a life that I asked that guy, I said, so when you study, what are you looking for? I'm not really, I'm just reading, I'm just studying. I said, I'm sitting there, true story, the other night, I hear these words, study Revelation. Okay. Then guess what I heard? Read Revelation. Okay. Guess what I still ain't done yet?
Study it.
I didn't. About the third time, Billy, he didn't say it again. He just got quiet. And I knew then, get off your butt. Go to Revelation. I go to Revelation, and David, I am in Revelation for 5 seconds. You know what I do? Fall asleep. If I want to go to sleep, I don't have to take melatonin. I read the Bible. And it puts me to sleep. It literally puts me to sleep. But however, give me an item, give me a thing to bounce my mind around. Two things I want to draw your attention to. A Hebrew letter has a physical appearance. What does this thing look like? There's a word, and some of you smart people will know it. What is the word for something that, until somebody tells you what it looks like, you do not know what it is? Then once somebody shows that to you, you know what it is?